hoping that you're enjoying the time to yourself sitting in front of a computer with Pro Tools. So we're going to go there right now. We're going to create a new session. This is for your mastering of the track Dear Restless. So type in master. You got to spell it right first. Master number 1. And of course you put your name. Please don't type your name like that, but just do it anyway. So I'm going to create that. I'm assuming that you've already been out to the Blackboard and you've downloaded the stereo wave file of Dear Restless, so that you could see it and play it and mess with it. So we'll do a simple file import of audio. I'm going to go out to my desktop where I saved the track. So it's at my dear desktop. And I'm trying to find it real quick. It's right there. So, you could add it, and it'll go ahead and do the conversion. Or you can do it like this, so you can remove it. This is me. I like to convert. So I'm going to collect it and convert it before it hits. It takes it from 44.1 to 48. It's real simple. Just open the folder. Let it be saved. And it's processing right now. It's upsampling it. So once you create this file, this Pro Tools file, and you populate it with this, make sure it's a new track, and this is at session start, just like always. Boom, there it is. And when we hit play, so you hit that play button. It sounds pretty tight. I did production on this recording. This actually is one of my son's tunes that one of my oldest boys wrote a few years ago for an album that I produced for him. But this is the pre-mastered version. So what I'm going to do for you this first time out is super simple. We're going to make a quick and clean edit and master of this track. So we're going to take it first off before we do anything else. We're going to take it to the next level because we have to master. We're going to go ahead and create a master fader. I know that sounds trite. And in that master fader, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple things here. First of all, it's going to go out on output. Make sure that you fix this if it comes up weird. It's going to come out in output 1 and 2 so that it doesn't bypass and go somewhere weird. On the first insert, what I do is go ahead and put an EQ 3.7 in. So that'll be real handy to have. And then the next thing I do, and again, this is there are 1,000,001 ways to do this, but this is a quick and clean means by which to do it. So I'm going to put in a Maxim. Okay, so we got a Maxim and an EQ 3.7. Now, if you simply play it back like this, nothing's going to happen because it's just setting open. So on the Maxim, there are several presets that are available. You got CD mastering, a 16-bit. You've got mixing limiter. You've got pop radio limiter and a radio limiter. The dials and adjustments are preset for you. It's really super handy to work with. And as we go further in this this process of mastering out audio, you're going to find it becomes more and more complex. Believe me, this is a quick and clean and easy way of doing it. So throw a mix limiter on it first off, because what we want to do is we want to do the most important part of mastering, according to 90% of the population. That's just make it louder. So if I bypass that and hit play, now listen to what happens when I throw the bypass off. Now, I want you to also notice sonically what happens to this. Not only does it get louder, but there's an air that comes up to the top, high mids and highs. You'll hear a lot more zing. And the lows, which it's not got a really low, bumpy, thumpy kind of thing going on. It's more of a high mid and then just a smidgen of low. But if you listen, it really adds some air and some punch to that around say around the 600 hertz and the around the 5 to 7K range. Take a listen. Here, that's where it's at. And there's that. So not only does it make it louder, but it also makes it present. But I don't know if you notice this too. It has a tendency with this compression limiter that's here in the Maxman. It has a tendency to make it sound just a little weird towards the middle. The low mids are around 400 hertz. So I'm going to give you a little hint here. We're going to get rid of everybody on the EQ37 except for the 200 hertz range, and we're going to type in 400 into that, and we're going to if I detinted the gain by and this is not exact science, this is mastering, so it's art. Use your ears. That's why you have two of them, I hope. Anyway, so use your ears. So around 6 dB, negative 6 dB detent. So you're notching this, and then what I want you to do is I want you to tighten that Q up to where it's almost totally closed. Okay, all right. Now I want you to hear this because this is a huge difference. We'll have the bypass undone on the compressor limiter here, which is the Maxman is their mastering plug-in. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if I want to take that as what it really is, but it kind of sort of is. So we'll take it as what Avid says it is. And now listen what happens when we drop in this EQ37 in front end of that. So take a listen. Now, hear that kind of squishiness? Now listen to the sender. Did you hear the bass become better? Did you hear the bass all of a sudden become like bass and not just the bass was actually present, and the kick started losing some of that really boxy kind of top end. That was kind of splattering the mids in this piece and not allowing it to open up real well. Let's do that one more time. So bypassing it and play it. Now, notch that frequency. So you hear that bass come back out? The bass part's pretty cool. Now, the other thing I do want you to check real quick here is your attenuation. Now, I did this on purpose with this track. You don't really have to adjust the threshold, here, to get the attenuation to where, it's not doing a lot of pushback on with the limiter. If it goes past 4 dB on gain reduction on the tail end of this process, a lot of times you'll get what's called breathing or pumping of the compression limiter. And just be aware that that's sitting at 3.5, and that's good and healthy, and it's going to make it nice and loud. And with this notch here at 400 hertz, it's going to really open that mix up and make it breathe and have a lot of nice present bottom. And it's going to take that kind of boxy mid-frequency, that 400 hertz, it's going to kind of cut it down. I find with subtractive EQing, especially during mastering, less is more. Okay, less is more. Anyway, so this is Virgil, and I hope you guys are having a great time doing some mastering here. This is the first project, so I hope to see you around real soon. Just take care of yourself, and that person in the mirror, next time you see them, say nice stuff to them, because they need some encouragement every day. So say something nice to the person in the mirror.